Elder House left, Tower of Hera. Elder House right, Desert Palace, Main Snitch Lady West, Palace of Darkness. Kakariko Well, Cave, Skull Woods Front, Snitch Lady East, Swamp Palace. Back a Tavern, Ice Palace, Bush Covered House, Thieves Town. Tavern Front, Misery Mire, Desert Palace, North Desert Palace. Bomb Hut to Rock Front, Skull Woods East, Drop Skull Pinball, Kakariko Shop, Ganons Tower.
Ganon's Tower. Oh god. We're here. We're live. We're ready. We're gonna do the Onlydoors final shebang. The whole shebang. The whole final. I'm Dante. I've got Humbug here. How are you, Humbug?
Hello. I'm humid. How are you?
Human?
Dante?
I'm humid too.
Okay. I'm also human, I guess. But yes.
Humid. I'm pretty sure that's how everybody's feeling lately, but so today's mode is different than I guess what we had the other week. This is gonna be 10 out of 10 Triforce hunt, basically a boss hunt, all the Triforce pieces on the boss. And Jim literally, well, I thought Jim just like crashed with the way that worked.
Yeah. I was like, how did he get to Thieves Town Big Key Chest? But he didn't.
So what does one strike mean? That's a very good question. Let's talk about that for a split second. So in this tournament, it's been ran as an async format until last week and this week. And that means if you finish in the bottom half of the async results, you get a strike. Once you get 2 strikes, you are eliminated from competition. Last week, Jim came in with 1 strike, and he ended up winning the race. So Andy and Telethar got a strike, and now whoever wins this wins the tournament.
Yes, because they all have 1 strike, and none of them can afford another one.
Exactly.
So yeah, this is really cool that it ended up like this with Jem taking home the race that week.
Yeah, I wanted a 3-way battle here for the championship, and looks like we're getting it. Critchy Poo, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. Enjoy the emotes. But
already have a Thieves Town small for some reason in Thieves Town.
Yeah, so we do have key sanity for this as well. The other thing to remember with this mode is that the big chests are going to be vanilla. That means Eastern's big chest, whenever we find that room and have the big key to open whatever dungeon it's in, that's going to give us like a bow. Desert will have a glove, so on and so forth. So we kind of know where some items are, but then again, we also don't.
Yeah, there are a lot of randomized items still, especially I think I would say the swords and the keys obviously are the big ones. We want swords, and they can be anywhere. I assume that there's no sword on the smith or on the pen. But I think it's just the big chests that are vanilla.
Yeah.
So the big keys are very important to progress in the sea.
Oh yeah, you want as many big keys early as you can possibly find.
And
So
when you say Eastern, nice silvers on Telethar side. When you say big chests, like Eastern big chest, for example, you mean the actual Eastern big chest, but that doesn't have to be in Eastern.
Correct. Yeah, that's why it's kind of like they sort of know where they are. It's kind of like, I guess, if you see an item, then you're gonna know, okay, so once I get the big key of whatever dungeon I'm in, I can get that item. Speaking of a big key, Andy's found one to Thieves Town. We just saw Telethar in Thieves Town in what looked like the Hyrule Castle cell, and I'm gonna assume maybe that's a lamp. It's not a big chest, but you know, maybe probably not.
It's
Lamp's just probably somewhere. That's not a big chest. It's a tiny chest.
It's a small chest.
All right, so Eastern big chest we were just talking about, that's in pod here, so good to know.
Okay, so bow and pod noted.
I mean, isn't that just rando every day?
A bow and pod.
Yeah.
You make it good.
With progressive bows, at least it feels that way.
Although we do not have progressive bows in this one.
Correct. Hyrule Castle is going to be housing the Ganons Tower big chest, which is going to be one of our armors. Not really an essential item to beat the game, just a nice quality of life item.
GT is gonna house our swamp big chest, which has the hookshot. So we have a hookshot in GT, we have a bow in pod as the two significant items so far.
I'm gonna start taking notes.
Yep. But we only have one big key, I think. And that is the Thief's Town one that Andy has.
Mm-hmm. All right, so there's the pod big key for Telethar here in one of the swamp rooms. That's going to be in Hyrule Castle. So he will have access to the bow once he ventures into that dungeon.
So what I think this mode really brings forth is direction. Like when you get a big key, you know that you want to go to that dungeon.
Oh yeah.
It probably locks a big item.
Exactly.
So like the direction you get from finding a big key in this one is huge, and I think it's a cool novel mode, honestly, that I really enjoy. I've only played it once, but it was really fun.
Yeah, and I mean, anything you can add to spice things up, I think, especially on the doors branches, usually pretty fun as long as you're a little open-minded with it. But Paradox Cave here for Telethar, already at 2 bonks, but does get a small key. I think that was to Skull Woods. Finds another big key. That's going to be to Ganon's Tower. We heard. Yeah, that's gonna be. Oh, a sword is here too. This is huge.
Telethar has found a good path early on.
Yeah, Telethar's in a really good spot, all things considered. This is sort of entrance randomizer, but it's mostly set. Anything not set is completely useless to us. So if you look at the top right of your screen, I know that's probably pretty small, but that's kind of the generic dungeon layout that was provided by the tournament admins. Amazing. Is this where I get to make the joke that 2 tournament admins are actually in the finals? Like, is this where I get to make a double admin joke?
Yes, joke away. They deserve
Okay. All right, perfect. Jim Andy was just there and died to the laser. So I mean, he'll go back once he gets that big key, but he could have just, with the bombs potentially beaten. Well, right. I'm an idiot. He can't beat Helma.
He can. Only
He's gonna slap him to death.
He's gonna stare him to death. Andy is a scary looking guy. I'm sure he can stare Helma to death.
Yeah. So Andy's tracker, I think, is not updating, which is fun. So we're never gonna know what Andy has, by the way. Okay, yep. So it is a lamp there. Either we were blessed by luck, or it's just how it's set.
Yeah. So Andy is gonna get what Telethar got in here, which was a big key, I believe.
Yes, and that cape too. No, just the cape.
Just the cape and silvers. All right.
You're gonna go to Saha's hut, which is at the Smith house. Jim checking out Pod a little deeper, gonna get a shield here, just like Andy did. But a little bit of chaos to start out here, especially when you have a map of Castle Tower. It's always wild.
What was that from Gem's side?
I missed.
He tried to grab something in the air. Link is not supposed to work like that. Huh? Oh, strange. Anyway, it was minor.
Last time, oh bless, he fixed his tracker. Last time we ran one of these, we got to the results screen and everyone's game crashed. Literally everyone's. Telethar getting his hook shot.
Yes, we had some crashed games. So no one had a valid run in that seat, since you need a You need a completed item screen technically to have one, but we decided to ignore that.
I think we can forgive in that case. Gem getting first bottle of the seed here in Skullwood's drop down. Well, that's a room we can't progress in, so
No.
we are going to mirror out. Well, pseudo mirror, is that? Can we call it that? Map mirror?
Mapping out? No. Yeah, I mean, I think you can call it mirror out. I think it's fine. So Telethar is trying to find something here in GT with that hook shot. We don't have the flippers. We also don't have access to the dam. So we cannot take the hook shot into swamp yet. We need the moon pearl for it, actually.
Yeah, not just yet. The other thing to consider with this, last time it was a much more chaotic seed in the sense that we had Pato Lotto and enemy drop, but it's just key drop shuffle like normal door settings today.
Last seed, well, the last race, I should say, was a spectacular one, honestly. Like, it was such a... It was so nerve-wracking in the end. Like, it was impossible to know who was going to win even like 5 minutes before Gem finished. It was really cool.
Yeah, Gem went from literally in a really... The summary was you and me saying Gem in a really good spot, Gem in a terrible spot, Gem going to lose, Gem wins. So the swing at the end was amazing in that seed.
Huge. Yeah, that's what we love just watching Rando, honestly, when those kind of situations occur. Really cool.
Only 10 items at GT.
Only 10 items, but we get the boss track for the entire dungeon apparently on this side.
Yeah, he walked into Agatu. Agatu, by the way, not going to have a Triforce piece, but is going to be our gateway probably to Ganon. I think Ganon is vanilla in this.
Ganon
yes, he is. So we will have to utilize beating Agatu because Closed Pyramid, as the song indicates.
Closed Pyramid.
Bush-covered house.
It's a good song. Well, good as in funny, but yeah. I do applaud Mike for actually making it.
AI has gone too far.
Yeah.
Right, Jim in Thieves Town now has that big key, should be able to get that lamp. Fire sources are slightly important. Thieves Town big now for Telethar as well. Andy down to 1 heart, gonna have to be a little careful here. I'm not getting the dopamine rush that we did last week. The Triforce counter is not just going up constantly. So I'm massively sad, but that's okay.
Yeah, this is so
because
slow.
We are going to get a Y item right here on Telethar's screen with that bow.
Gem is in... No, sorry, Andy's in GE, where his hookshot is, but he doesn't have the big key. So we'll see when he gets back for that. I mean, he should go back for it kind of early, like right when he finds the big key, I assume, since he knows that the hookshot is...
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys have been watching Andy play any map rando in Super Metroid, this is probably the closest equivalent that ALTTPR has to offer right now with Onlydoors, considering we don't have to worry too much about this overworld traversal. It's always just randomized doors inside the dungeons, hence the amazing name of Onlydoors. Very original.
Can we also get the in-game map?
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I don't think it's possible, but I would absolutely love it.
It would be really, really cool.
Just put it part of the HUD.
Yeah, just do it. Muffins, get on it. But like the way that Map Rando does it is just amazing.
Lamp there for Telethar. Jim awaiting to find his 9, according to his tracker, aka his lamp. 80 with a little bit of a decision time knows that if he goes out that door to the south, he will be near Paradox Cave. The problem that he's experiencing is no magic to utilize his cape to get
He
there.
doesn't have any I was like, he has a cape, he can get out.
Yeah, the problem now,
for it. Oh,
man,
okay,
that's really bad. You know, that's a sword, huge.
yeah, he's gonna go get the magic here, and then he's gonna go back. Otherwise, he wouldn't go here. There would be no reason. Eastern Hyrule is a foolish choice. Okay.
Perfect. Silvers for Telethar here with that bow. We did find those silver arrows earlier, as they are a separate item. Gonna get a bottle, a key to Tower of Hera, as well as another small key to Skull Woods. Telethar is cruising. Chat stating potentially insurmountable lead. I would agree. I would agree. It's always insurmountable until someone surmounts it.
Yeah, this is over. We can just quit this now.
All right, let's call them in for interviews.
Yep. Just let them know that Telethar has won this. It's amazing. Okay, cool.
All right, so will we have Humbug a small key door? I want to say yes.
No, I'm gonna go with a bonkable door. Just so that Telethar tries to bonk it, but realize he has pseudo boots, not regular boots. 10 Gamb. Oh,
it is bonkable Humbug with the W.
Oh yeah.
With his lamp, he shall light the torches and open a small key, and that's going to be to Skull Woods. Dude, Skull Woods, how many small keys does the Woods have today? I feel like it's a million
C?
at this point.
C, maybe? How about C keys for Skull Woods? Telethar has 5 already. That's enough. Therefore, Telethar goes to Skull Woods. Only 8? Boo. Or is that a B?
Yeah, it's only 8, but we found 5 of them already, so we can go pretty far. 80 has that GT big key, knows that hook shot is here, like you mentioned, so he is headed back. Jim, meanwhile, in a pod room, but he's in, as the indicator at the top left shows, Eastern Palace. So we'll see what he finds in here. I'm not sure if we've seen this on the other 2 runners' screens.
I don't think any of the others have been in Eastern, actually. All right, that's really well done by Andy there to finding the GT big key and then just immediately going straight back, knowing where to go even, which is something that I would like to do.
Blue Male going to be in Circle of Pots today. But we do have a key door.
This room is slightly less fun in this mode than it was in last week's mode.
So vanilla hookshot question in chat. Yes, because all of the vanilla, or all of the big chests are vanilla today. Settings at the top right of your screen. You'll know what we are trying to accomplish.
However, the big keys are not vanilla, so basically those are the ones that we need to find, and then we need to find the chests.
Right, and it's indicating, people are indicating that Ice Palace has the flippers. Apparently that is something I did not know. And GT has Mire. Interesting. Okay, so I mentioned that GT chest earlier, but that is not the case. But that's in Hyrule Castle, so we need to find that Hyrule Castle big to get our Mire. This right here, Humbug, is why people don't want Doors stuff in the ALTTPR League. There's a Skull Woods big. Because it makes it too hard for the commentators. I just say embrace being stupid here, because that's what I do best.
Yeah. I was quiet because I watched Jem trying to get through the room with bombs, and I was mesmerized by what happened. But he did get a Skullwood's big key, which is kind of good because he can get it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna get that literally right now.
Yep. When he just walks up to there, just stands in the correct pixel and just gets his fire rod. That's it. It's nice. So that's actually Gem's first weapon.
Interesting how we've kind of traversed through here to get very different routes to start this off.
Yep.
So with this, Jim is going to have I'm not going to say an advantage, but he will be the first player into Ice Palace. 7 items here, 6 remaining after getting the key drop. And you're going to get a key drop, a literal key drop here off that berry. That's another Thieves' Small Key.
Oh, bless those bombs for Gem right there. Using the bomb strats in that room perfectly, and then just gets more bombs from the Pangators. Love it. And a useless mushroom for his trouble.
Yeah, mushroom, one of those items like the powder that we can guarantee is indeed useless.
Yep. I guess it could be useful, like if you're low on health and magic and you want to do some glitchy shenanigans, but more than that, no, it's actually useless. Fullwood's big key here as well for Telethar. Has a somewhat easier time in that room since he does have a sword, and for Andy as well. Okay. They all just
Andy. 6 out of 13 in Tower of Hera, going to be getting his big key. He is going to actually do because he has a Ancilla variable that's a little poopy, so he's going to have to do the hook speed method. Fire rod now for Telethar as well. Telethar really on the ball here, getting all these good Y items. And
if Telethar finds Moth in here, he will actually be able to beat Moth now that he has a fire rod. Oh.
Andy's sequence breaking and getting the Hyrule Castle big key.
That's huge.
That's very huge. That's going to utilize he'll be able to get his mirror here.
Oh,
now,
right, it was a GT big chest, right? Yeah.
Unsure if that's actually going to be something required or not.
I mean, we have Hype Cave locked behind the mirror. We have probably, or I should say maybe, Mini Moldorm Cave locked behind the mirror, since that's desert left. So the mirror does open up stuff. We just don't know what, and we cannot get to it yet.
So Andy gonna be fighting Moldorm here. Did find a way up here with his sword. And gonna make quick work. Jim gonna get a Hera big. That's pretty huge. That's gonna give him his Moon Pearl.
Yes.
Once he finds or makes his way up Hera. That is a Green Pendant. However, that Triforce piece is what's more important. We did get that hammer on Telethar's side. So now he is gonna go to the well, which has been conveniently relocated. Oh, and he gets a second sword. Okay, Ganon killable once we get there.
Boots for Andy on Saha, which I just assume is actually intended, since that's also vanilla. The Telethar gets a light wolf fence dash. Love to see it.
Yeah, absolute gamer. But we are in Hyrule Castle. Andy going to be going for that mirror, it seems, to make use of the big key. I like the setup from Jim. I would say it looks nice and it looks free, but I don't know what to do with it, so I'm pretty sure I would try it and fall. But
did he just kick up dust for funsies, or was that an actual setup? Oh, that was probably like him like trying to buffer it.
Yeah, I think it was a buffer.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, if you know what pixel to look for, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I would not have thought of that.
there's the pod big for Andy. He'll be able to get his bow now once he heads back to that dungeon. He probably knows it as well. Telethar going to be into, okay, that's going to be the King of Somaria also here in Tower of Hera.
But Telethar doesn't have the Hera big.
He does not. But that's good knowledge. If we saw that on Jim and Andy's side, I did conveniently miss that.
Same. Yeah, I missed that completely. I don't think they got it. Or maybe they did, and I was just looking at something.
Yeah, I believe that they got here, but I didn't put 2 and 2 that the super tile is always together like that. Andy going to be going out this door? I'm a little surprised. We already did Paradox. Okay, maybe just resetting his mirror spot point.
Yeah, that would make sense. So
Mirror for Jim as well with his sequence break of Hera, or rather actually has the key, not a sequence break, actually clearable. Telethar, however, going to be heading this way and getting the goods.
Getting the goodies. So I assume that there's a glove in Thieves Town. Well, in Thieves Town Big Chest, and there's a glove in the Desert Big Chest.
Yeah, I would assume the same.
Like, what would we need the gloves for? We need a glove for Cold there for sure. But technically, we don't need gloves for anything else. Or am I drunk?
I think well, I mean, we're playing doors. We're always drunk. But we do get bombos here. We do have a pot as well. This is going to be a small key to Ice Palace. Going to make things a little more viable, I guess. Jim, meanwhile, in the Mire area, making use of his Moon Pearl. Finds the dam, knows where it is. So utilizing, checking this. Andy, in the moldorm 2 fight in Hyrule Castle, we've moved it to the very beginning of the game for your enjoyment.
Viewing pleasure.
If he goes for the, okay, he did the buffer. I was like, if he goes for the north facing dash here, that's a little risky.
That's somewhat risky, yeah.
Ganons Tower small key is his prize. Jim gonna be checking the item on Desert Ledge, just a compass. So now he should be able to, there is another 5-item cave around here, right? Yeah, mini moldorm.
Mini moldorm cave with what I would just assume would be keys? Sword?
I would assume as much.
I hope for Jem's sake that it's actually a sword, because he is still lacking one.
It is!
Well then.
That's a big pog moment.
That's a big pog moment.
He's down small as well.
Yeah, and that will also be Master Sword soon for Andy here.
Yeah, all runners going to be pretty much on even footing as far as the swords go. Meanwhile, Telethar continues to find the big keys, continues to get his Y items. One more note, I guess, about Onlydoors, kind of the gentleman's agreement with this is that there's no save scumming of small keys. It would be very easy to do so and maybe sequence breaks of dungeons pretty heavily. But once you spend a key, it is gone. And
it's gone forever.
You never get it back. It's amazing how these keys work so well in these doors, yet they fall apart.
Yeah, like every key works for every door in a specific dungeon, but once you use it, it's just gone.
Mire Small there on the torch for Telethar. Gonna catch up to Andy with that. Gonna get his 2 items here in Hope Room. Andy getting ready to get a sword and some keys here in Mini Moldorm. Jim showing what it's like to do Ganon's Tower rooms on a fighter sword and hardly any Y items. It's always not fun.
Nope. It's not fun at all. So what dungeon did you say that Somaria was in? That was in Hera? No? Yes?
My notes say Hera, so
Okay. Yep.
with that Hera big key, they could go back and get Somaria. Question is, will Somaria really be required today?
That's a good point. I mean, if you want to get to the Turtle Rock boss, yes. But do you really want?
We do. We always do.
We always do. We always want to visit Trinex.
right, excuse me, Telethar, gonna be going through that big key door. Is gonna get this small key here to Mire. Is gonna go for the hover here.
Yep. Well, nice. There is a Dorito on Trinex, but do we really need all the Doritos? Aren't there 12?
Yes. No, we need. There are
need all
10.
There are 10, okay.
7 crystal dungeons and 3 pendants. Mathematics is not my strong suit, but I think 7 and 3 is 10.
I mixed it up with the boss hunt that they used somewhere else for War for Hyrule.
Yeah, the War for Hyrule had the boss hunt. That was really good mode mixed with
That was
like
a
boss
cool
keys.
mode. That was 12. That was 10 out of 12, but there were one behind Ice Armos and one behind Moldorm 2.
Desert big here in Hyrule Castle for Telethar, but you know, I wanted to just get away from the thought of Ice Trinex as fast as I could.
Sorry about that.
I was having some flashbacks. Hey, 100 for 300, not a bad deal for Andy at the bottle vendor. Small key to Skull here in the Mire spike chest. Andy grabbing his fire rod. Telethar with the Master Sword, going to make some of these GT Gauntlet rooms look a little easier.
And they aren't exactly free, but compared to Fighter Sword, they are certainly easier.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to expend one of our Goldwood Smalls. Andy gonna grab his blue goo. We're gonna have another one we gotta use right here.
We did see this from Telethar earlier.
Yes.
I'm not sure what he found beyond this point. I know though that he had 2 more small keys than Andy does.
He is going to get an armor. The question is going to be for Andy, will he decide to continue when he gets to Circle of Pots, as it is a key door? He'll get the bad news here in one more room. Telethar grabbing his small key now from this room for Ice Palace.
I think you kind of sort of have to continue here, since this was such a long trek for Andy to get to. It's just too punishing to have to go back eventually, if that's the case.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of money. Where did Telethar find that pod big chest that has the hammer that he has? Was that his skull?
I want to say it was. Yeah, Hammer and Skull Woods is what I've got in my notes. Someone found that earlier, or
okay.
noticed that earlier.
There it is.
All right, yeah. So Andy's starting to be in a decent spot here with Telethar, missing a couple things that Telethar actually has. Telethar's still the one looking really good at this point of the race, 32 minutes in.
Telethar does not have the Hera big key, but neither does Andy. Gem is the only one with that and with Moon Pro. But Gem doesn't know, I think, about Somaria in Hera. Otherwise, he probably would have gotten it by now.
Mm-hmm. Tempered Sword for Andy.
And for Telethar.
Oh, yeah. We are finally playable with a good sword or a good game.
Or? What do you mean, or?
4.
A good sword or a good game. I was like, what?
Or a good game? Yeah, I mean, it's either you get a sword or we get to play a good game. The good game is swordless. So
that makes way more sense than I'm comfortable with it. I'm here for Gem as well.
Yeah, he's gonna be happy to get that. You see the reaction from him, the head nod. what are we gonna have here in pod in this GT room? That's an Eastern small, as well as a boomerang. Will Andy use the key? No, he will not. He is out of here. Okay, so now he's faced with the question of, do you want to beat the dungeon? And I think the answer for him is going to be an astounding yes.
Yes. That door is just always so tricky. Like, it's such a feels bad moment when you open that door with a key just to find another key door right behind it.
Dude, I hate when that happens.
It's so dumb.
People think they get mad for certain things in this game. That's like the big mad when you get to that point. King of Somaria now for Jim. He's going to be the first one to that. Triforce piece 2 for Andy.
Was the Arabic key? Because that's important, and Gem has it. None of the others have it.
I'm trying to recall. Chad, I know you know. You guys know everything.
Don't flatter them.
Jim with a heart piece here. 7 out of 13 done for Tower of Hera.
Mm-hmm.
Andy going to be dropping down, now going through the door here, looking for the final 4 items here in Palace of Darkness to see if he can find any more goodies to allow him to progress further in the game. Going to utilize this big key, gets his bow, so he is on silvers at this point.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Jim, as you can see on his tracker, he's waiting patiently for his bow.
I'm just so happy every time I see the OG bow sprite in Rando. It just makes me happy. I like it.
Back when everybody in chat would be so excited to find the D, as
The
everyone
D,
would like to say.
It doesn't look like a D anymore.
Yeah, it looks like a bow and arrow.
Yeah, where's the fun in that? All right,
Jim, no flippers.
Logged here, yeah.
So mirroring out, or rather mirroring back to the front, he'll take a new route. Andy now in Eastern.
Thought he was gonna hover. I was like, nope. And
I was like, what is he setting up? But Telethar going deeper into Desert Palace. I have a hard enough time when I play doors, remembering where things are, you know, and so I don't really know, honestly, if anyone has gone into these rooms that Telethar is in at the moment. But
I have no idea.
yeah, I mean, I can't keep up with myself, so I can't keep up with all 3 at once. But we do have to use a small key here to get into the Mimic's room. He is going to use that and spend it. So we'll see where this is going to throw him out at.
I think Gem found this, but from the other side. Did not find it from the other side. That's for sure.
So do we
All
hover this? And Telethar is going to... All right. Oh, baby.
I think this is for you, Dente.
I mean, do we get a Dant free or do we get a Solski hover? Oh, unfortunately, the Solski hover it is.
Yep, Solski reigns supreme over here.
Very good attempt, though. Got really far. Speaking of good attempts, Jim did his best there with his sword and took down Moldorm. That's going to be his Green Pendant, so he can get his boots and his first Triforce piece out of 10.
Mm-hmm. So Telethar is gonna... Where is this? This is desert. Yeah. We're gonna sequence break slightly into desert. Well, sequence break on Telethar's side anyway. We know that Moon Pearl is obtainable somehow.
Another skull small here for Andy. Telethar heading in to this side of desert. Going to be basically a couple rooms behind where Andy is at the moment. Jim about to get another sword. Andy getting a small key to Thieves Town. Finding a dark room here, making use of our lamp.
And that's a small key door on that side of desert. No, meaning that we have actually saved a small key door for desert.
Oh yeah, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, that's good. That's some comfort for this dungeon because we haven't seen Landmo yet. Just knowing that there's a small key door that we don't need to open is nice.
We know where Landmo is. Landmo is where we are able to get to Landmo, but we need that cane.
Oh, I didn't.
That was what Telethar was hovering to.
I didn't see the red dot. Gotcha.
Well, Jim about to get his sword to put him on the even footing of tempered. Andy gonna give us a little, not even going for the AGA Hall of Fame. I am.
Wow. I'm disappointed.
Very upset.
Yeah.
We're just gonna cut Andy's feet off now.
Okay, Telethar, make me proud.
I mean, that's respectable. I'm proud. Doing it on the fly. He quick swap to hook shot. So, but him and Andy both are going to be rewarded with an item under this pot. What will we find?
Okay.
Not his feet, his feed. I'm sorry, my southern U.S. accent makes things sound awful sometimes.
I've never heard you apologize for your accent before, Denty.
I would apologize more, you know, if I talk like this every time we played the video game. It would be much worse, but
it would be different. Let's not put negative.
I'll commentate with myself one day and pretend I'm two people. One will be that accent, and one will be my normal.
Oh yeah,
we'll try it.
Yeah.
All right, Andy gonna see this key door and he's like, crap, do I wanna? I don't wanna. I'm gonna mirror out.
There's no reason for him to ever want to open that, since it only leads to the back of desert anyway, and he's already been there. But from like,
yeah, he is gonna go out the back here.
Jim is back in GT getting his hookshot now, so he is on even footing regarding that as well. He doesn't have the bow yet, but I assume it's just a matter of time until he finds the pod big key.
Yeah, Swamp Small there for Telethar. I believe we've seen this room on every runner's screen at this point.
Yeah, it's a little backtracking here for them. Well, backtracking as in they're doing stuff that at least one of the others have already done. But that's just to be expected.
That's how this is gonna happen. That was a really clean Wizards too, by the way. 2 bow shots and 2 sword beams. Telethar getting the red boom here. He is going to spin this key. This is going to be new info. Okay, big key for this next door. This will get him 1 more chest and 1 more check in this dungeon. It's going to give him a small key to desert. Maybe not something we actually need, but actually this will give him yet another chest. And that's a small key to Hera.
Yes. Indeed.
Big energy. Speaking of Hera, Andy finds Hera small. Jim went for a couple hovers here. He is... Oh, no, he's not. He has a cane. Never mind. I know how this video game works when you have the right items.
Denty, where's the ice rod?
They're saying that's in TR in the big chest.
Ah, vanilla then. Yeah, okay. Vanilla as everything else. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, and the Ice Palace chest has the flippers, so...
Also vanilla.
Yeah.
No, wait. Okay.
It feels vanilla, but it's not.
Telethar gonna...
Is Telethar setting up a skip here?
Yeah, he's gonna hook past... This is...
Oh my goodness!
It's kind of cool.
Is that like a perfect setup for that?
Yes, okay, so Telethar tried to teach me that. I did not succeed. Although he did try to teach me by, like, I think in text chat. So it was kind of tough. But there apparently is a setup for it. It's really cool, and it's rarely useful. Like, it's never useful in Onlydoors.
That's still like really, because of how niche the tech is. it's really cool seeing it pulled off like in a race setting like this.
Yep. There's a situation where you have retro keys, where it can actually be useful, but who does that?
Yeah, helmet down for Talithar. So question, is that an NMG? It's not really it's not a minor glitch. I mean, it's just I guess you could call it minor glitch. So it is basically a hook through a block. We do that quite a bit in the speedrun and in rando, so definitely totally allowed.
It's not like mechanically more complicated than just hooking through the block in Super Bunny Cave, and we do that all the time. Except for when playing Onlydoors, because we never go through Super Bunny Cave here.
Yeah. Andy finding the other end, it looks like, of the Somaria maze in Turtle Rock, so he won't have to worry about going back to find that once he gets his Somaria.
Big think energy on Andy's side right now.
Big Monka but Desert Palace big for Jim, and you know, we don't have a glove yet.
We don't.
But Talithar is seeing where Cold Stare is.
Oh, Cold Stare was down there. All right. Well, we need a glove for that.
We do. Oh, he almost spent that key. Talithar, like, I think 1 frame away.
Yeah, he might just find the dark room from this side instead, but unlucky.
Yeah, he thought better of that decision.
He's gonna try the other one to hopefully find the dark room from the other side, not having to spend a key for it. But alas, no luck.
There's still a chance once he goes through this door.
Yeah, fair enough.
Though I do think we've seen this room. But he is going to get to save a key here, which is very good news. Andy up to 13 hearts.
And this was something cool, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big key, and that's the big key.
There it is.
All right, we've put 2 and 2 together, humbug. Mathematics.
We did it. And Andy's gonna get it in 10 seconds.
I don't know. He took a beating from the chops there.
Yep.
So this pokey may do more damage.
And Talithar is very quick up to Hera, because he knows that both Somaria and Moon Pearl is here. We need those.
Yeah, big items to have. Jim, however, still not going back to pod to get his bow. We will see when he decides to do so.
I'm actually kind of surprised that Jim hasn't gone to Turtle Rock yet. I guess he doesn't have the big key, so I assume that he tries to hold out for that, so he can do it in one sweep. But he has the Mire, he has the means probably to get to Mimic Cave, which has Hype Cave. So I'm kind of surprised he hasn't done that yet.
Right.
Okay.
Jim gonna get the Thieves Town Small there. 16 out of 19 for Hyrule Castle. He's down to just 3 items left. Andy getting his Somaria, so him and Talithar are going to be kind of on equal footing. But we are in pod here on Jim's side. Once he makes his way through, then I do believe he'll be getting his bow very shortly. He has made his way to that mini Helma room. Gonna get his red boom as well as a small key. So the question now, well, you know, Jim, not gonna use the big key there. Wow. Excuse me, sir. Okay, now he's going back. He wanted to refill on bombs. But we are in TR here on Andy's side. I think this is a first for any of the runners. Andy gonna be making his way through. Has 4 out of 5 small keys. Does not have a big key for it yet, though. Although could be here in the dungeon on its own. 14 items at his disposal. 12 of which could be obtainable at this point, even if he doesn't find that big key. Ether medallion here in the eastern pot room. Helma fight incoming for Jim. Get your potters in chat. Andy gonna get a torch, a small key. That is 2 skull woods. Needs the TR big to get his glove as well. So that's a really interesting tidbit, since that super tile is there. So, man, we know the ice rod is guaranteed in TR due to the lobbies. Jim grabbing his bow. We do have TR available here, or being explored now by Talithar as well. Just a few short steps behind Andy. Gonna have a couple of rooms that are linked together as they normally are. No key door here at the end of this hallway. Andy gonna march on through. Gonna get 2 items to the right here. We have one on this guard, one on the chest. Will we get any more information? No, just 2 heart pieces. We will continue onwards. Talithar, meanwhile, in Hype Cave, gonna get a small key to Swamp. I'm assuming, based off of discussions, there is also a sword here. There it is. Laser bridge here for Andy now. First chest is a piece of heart. Second, that's a big key, and that's to Mire. Maybe we see Mire be explored here shortly. I don't even know if we've been in there yet. And another small key here for Eastern. Andy gonna mirror out. So question from chat. Oh, we did find, okay. TR also has our bombable item spot, or rather the attic. Jim also now doing TR. Andy diving Mire. So why does Talithar track bonks? So there's a tracker that the community calls the Stonks tracker. You can track a varied amount of things. Bonks, checks per minute, other nice stats to kind of brag about. And he has that up on his stream. Since he doesn't use a face cam, I pulled the bonks out. We cropped it down to that so it fit. And that's what we're doing here. Yeah, Andy dipping out of TR, not really a problem just yet. He does have a Thieves Big, so potentially that dungeon is going to be completable for Talithar. Andy with a decision now, has 4 of 7 small keys for Mire, and deciding not to use one here. Andy got the boss notification there with that red square. Just have to find a north-facing door, which I believe is going to be to his top right.
I have returned. I'm sorry for my absence.
You know, you didn't miss a whole lot. Andy dipped out earlier than the rest of these guys in TR, so that's kind of the main difference at this point in time.
All right, all right.
Yeah, the Misery Mire big key. Wait, how does that block Trinex? Oh, yes, sorta. The other thing we did discover, I'm not sure if you were still here, Humbug, is that there definitely is a glove here in TR due to this super tile Jim is currently on.
Yes, I see that. Yeah, that's important. And we still have no glove because I assumed we hadn't seen the TR, the Thief's Town big chest super tile.
Mm-hmm.
The flippers for Andy.
Andy gonna utilize those flippers from Mire. So now we can do some of those extra rooms once we get to it.
Mm-hmm. Telesaw finds Trinex in the Mire arena or the Mire hub.
But we are gonna dive swamp here. Obviously, vanilla lobbies, so we need the flippers to access this. 11
Did you see
check.
the hint?
I missed the hint.
The hint was that the Turtle Rock Big Key can be found in Swamp Palace.
That's huge.
That is huge. The funny thing is that Andy could have gotten that hint without the flippers. Any of them could have gotten the hint without the flippers. But who goes out of the way to get hints? Really, you really want the flippers just to do it in one go. But that's a big hint. That's a good thing to know for Andy.
Small key there for Hyrule Castle. Andy gonna save that key, walk around.
So Telethar seems to be on his way to the flippers as well, because he's in Mire. Stupid small key doors for Andy. No lamp still for Gem.
Oh, it's a TR small key, Humbug. Chad is informing us that's a small key hint.
That was my bad. That was my bad.
You know, I mean, it was a little more exciting when it was a big key, but it's still
way
kind
more
of exciting.
Yeah, I would prefer to be correct rather than exciting, I think.
There it is. There's our hint. The prophecy foretold. We are going to get a Quake medallion as well and a compass. So, yay.
Just wait. It's going to be the Turtle Rock Big Key in here as well.
If that happens, then I'm going to be calling up my friends at Tark to talk about Humbug. No, I'm kidding.
There will be witch accusations going around.
Put the hat on, Humbug. There's our Cane of Burna. But Telethar also in Mire now. Jim's still exploring Turtle Rock. 6 out of 14 items. Andy's got a little bit of a decision now. He can go north. He has the small key for it. Oh no.
Oh man. Yeah, you're not using it on that door.
You don't use it on this door. If you do, no. That's foolish.
That is foolish indeed. Yeah, no one you don't use it on that door. Gem is up to 3 keys for Swamp, while Andy only has 2 actually. So Gem.
Yeah, so Jim would be able to do this.
Yes. As well as Telethar. Telethar also has 3 keys. But it might not be like required, or we might be able to just skip it completely. Since
Another
it's,
Hera small.
we can find it from the other side. Just a
Yeah.
Hera small.
Andy gonna decide to go south here.
Yeah, he came from here, and he came from a Thieves Town lobby, and there was at least one exit lobby that he didn't take. So I assume that he just want to take this up door to see if he can find the last item. Which
And
he can.
this is an item, but the problem is he can't hit the switch. Where's the switch?
There might only be one, and there might only be one coming from tile room into fishbowl.
That would be absolutely awful. We're gonna cut our losses. We're gonna go fight. We're gonna go fight Argus.
Nice.
A very nice zero cycle from Andy.
That was
Always have to hold my breath to see if it's like a, an empty cycle that happens, but that is going to be Triforce piece 3 out of 10. Still a very close race, 2 to 2 to 3. Telethar actually finding the Vidi boss through that door. So we are going to finish Mire on Telethar's side.
Jim gets another Hera small key.
Telethar going to beat the boss, collect the item, gets his third, and is going to bail. No time for the fanfare.
It's slightly risky, I guess.
Like if Ped's something?
Yeah, Ped can be something.
Yeah, that's probably why he danced around it a little bit.
Yeah.
But see, Andy's kind of in a rough spot now. He's going deeper into Thieves Town. And we know that the attic bomb spot is available, and he has not bombed that open.
He didn't get to it in Turtle Rock?
Yeah, I don't believe he found that. That was kind of like a side quest almost that Jim and Telethar both partook in and completed. Jim gonna be sad here when this is not the boss.
Bomb post door, the room. That's a saved small key door for Andy, but he doesn't care because he has every small key Thieves Town anyway.
Right. All right, so back into Mire for Telethar. Does have 4 items left here. Jim with 8. 3 to go here for Andy in Thieves Town. This will put him at 14. 2 to go once he gets through this room. He's not even worried if it's a small key or a big key door because he has them all. But we know it's a bonkable door, so it's even better.
And he's gonna bonk it.
I'm gonna bonk it. He's got his boots, so he can do it. All right, so bailing out of Thieves Town now. Where will Andy go next? He don't even know. He's thinking about it. Deeper for Jim and Telethar in Mire. Andy with a more hesitation here. Decides to go to Eastern Palace. No big key. Does have 3 small keys, though, out of 4. So he can go deeper. Flippers now for Jim.
Did we even see a big chest in Eastern? I'm not sure we did.
I don't believe so. Just because we see that one there, doesn't always mean that we can access it in this dungeon.
Mm-hmm. So that big key door probably just leads back to the pod hub.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
But we do know a big key does exist for this dungeon, based off of just having at least that one door there.
Yep. Yeah, the question is whether it leads to an item or not. We just don't know yet. Okay. And he's gonna expend a key here to get to Harvest Way and beyond. Gem is having fun in G4 and G5 in reverse.
Andy thinking about this doesn't have. I'm a little surprised he didn't just go through the next door. Maybe he knows where it links around to.
I think he was there earlier from the other side. I think so, but I might be wrong.
A little bit of pause and maybe a bit of a head tilt out of the pug. But Jim finding his way to Vitreous. Now, like you mentioned, no silvers. This fight is not going to be as free, but Jim's very adept at the NMG fight. So just gets one cycle of lightning there. Not a perfect fight, but definitely something you could be proud of. So he'll get his third Triforce piece as well.
Will he grab the pendant, though? He does not. Okay. Everyone has their flippers. Only Andy has been in Swamp with them. Where are we gonna have to go to get the big keys that are required to get our gloves? Because it seems like we are locked by gloves right now. That's the big thing that we haven't found yet.
Yeah, so we need a TR big, and we need to find wherever the Thieves Town big chest is.
Yeah.
Jim and bombless shambles, absolutely. No bombs for Jim, not able to do a couple things, but he is dashing in. We are going to Swamp. This is good for Jim. He has that extra key. So the question is going to be, will he go to the left and use it? I think the answer is going to be yes once he finds it.
I think so. Unless he accidentally uses like all of them before getting there.
You know, I was going to say, like, I can't believe these guys haven't dropped into backup escape, but, you know, without a glove, not really possible.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
We have seen a couple of Hyrule Castle's small keys. Don't open that door, Jim. We have seen Hyrule Castle small keys, but we haven't seen backup escape from anyone, have we? Like,
no one's located it. I don't believe.
Because we might be able to get to it from the other parts of the dungeon.
Right, but that's literally 3 out of the 4 items Andy has left, assuming we're correct and, you know, thinking no one's checked it.
Yep. Is this just the back? No. Okay. Do this one.
Yeah, and the decisions that they're making here with the key usage and like not spending them, that's what makes this mode sort of interesting from the player perspective. Because if they could just save scum these constantly, then, you know, it wouldn't be as interesting. There's a big key to desert for Andy. So now it's just the 3 in the back potentially.
Yeah, that's what he's looking for. Like, he's trying to get to the back somehow. He's gonna spend a key here. This is something that I haven't seen from anyone.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That was useless.
Jim, take it down to Argus.
Also a zero cycle, by the way.
He did not spin that key. However, he's leaving the crystal. So now, will he go to it? I think the answer is yes. He is going to do tile room first. Love this room, Poggers, on Telethar's side, aka the slug room from Misery Mire.
Jim's bug net has a hole in it. It didn't work.
Amazing.
Andy has Somaria now and can therefore beat the desert boss.
Yes, he could. There's an item there. does have the
Fishbowl.
medallion to open. What is that, Mire? I need to check our tracker. Oh, it's more paradox. It doesn't matter.
Yep. Okay, so Fishbone was nothing. Andy is safe from that. We do not have more progression in Swamp, apparently. The question is, where is said progression?
I mean, it very well could just be on Landmo. It could just be some big key. Like the TR big could genuinely be here. And that kind of breaks the seed the rest of the way open. Because if once we find the TR big, that gives us a glove out of our 2 and the ice rod. So
Yep.
the glove, I think, is kind of being a little bit of a linchpin in this seed.
For sure. Alright. Telethar on Landmo.
So what do we have? Triforce Peace. You know, I said that it could just be on Landmo. I'm a complete idiot. It can't be.
It can't be. Yeah, that's...
It's so easy to just think, even in a mode like this, that there's an item there. But the item is your pieces of Triforce.
Right. That's an actual item. Like we count it as an item, but...
Ooh, Andy with a decision here. Do we drop down? He says no. Maybe he already has found that. I know Jim was on the other side of that room. Map of ice. So 10 out of 12 for desert, the boss being one of them. Jim further into Thieves Town. 4 out of 16 items.
There it is. Okay, that's the Turtle Rock big key for Andy.
That's a really good find.
Yes.
I
Now we
want to
just
say
need
that Telethar is not going to be too far behind on finding it.
Probably. Yeah, Telethar is where Andy was just right now, so... Oh, well. See ya. See ya, Desert.
Andy is out of here. Not doing the boss yet. So Telethar currently and Jim tied for the lead at 4. Andy sitting at 3. But like we said, Ice Rod, Glove probably coming up here very soon for Andy as well as Telethar once he gets this big key. You know, Jim's having a nice beverage here during the coffee break room, but doesn't have the nice mug to go with it today. Just straight out of the can.
We want the mug, Jim. Come on.
Back into the main hub. So if you're rooting for Andy, you really want him to find the Thieves Town attic. I'm not sure the direction, but I know it's in this dungeon.
So, Telethar didn't get the Turtle Rock big key.
Oh no.
He saved and quit out of the dungeon.
Well, he's got Swamp, and that's not really going to give him a whole lot, so I'm pretty sure we'll see him back there shortly.
Probably.
Andy does have 5 out of 5 on the small key, so if he sees a key door, he can use it and not worry about it at all. Andy playing this right now like I play doors. Confused and scared.
All right, this is going to be the ice rod for Andy. And bro,
He don't want it. He's gonna get his glove though.
He's gonna get his glove first. Okay, fine. Fine. Get your glove.
Andy, stop listening to us and doing the opposite thing we say you're gonna do. Solid Aga Hall of Fame there from Jim.
Yep. I think he had Telethar beat by halftime.
Andy trying to not spin that key. I can't believe.
Why would he not?
What? Okay.
Oh, is this a situation where Andy doesn't realize that that door can actually be opened?
I hope he knows. I mean, It's literally a small key door. Like, just go poke it. I mean, he's going to poke it. Finally.
Yeah, good. Jesus. That would be something that I would do, playing doors, not realizing that door can actually open from above.
Meanwhile, I'm the opposite. I'm checking all the doors, and then people in chat are just like, why are you checking that door? It's always a shutter door. And I'm just like, bro, I don't know what the settings are. So Andy will get his gold sword.
Even when you yourself is deciding what the settings are, you have no idea what the settings are.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's me.
That's what makes it fun.
It does.
Felithar in the swamp, 8 out of 11 done. Got a little more to go. Andy now left side. This is going to give him his attic.
That's the attic for Andy.
12 out of 14.
Hold up. Is this goal mode for Andy?
It might be. It depends if we could get to the eastern boss.
Right, we haven't seen Armos. That's a good point.
Yeah, so we know that there's an eastern big key, but we don't know if it's required. My gut says it is, though.
Yeah, probably. We also haven't moth from any of them.
Mm-hmm. Tile room now for Telethar. This will be the final room for him before going to Argus.
Gonna be trying next for Andy here.
This is good for Jim. He does have a small key. Can potentially get that TR big. That seems to be kind of the really big piece of the puzzle. So Arcus, Cold Stare, also available now with that glove. We do know where he is in Ice Palace. He is very accessible.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to be a full clear. All 14 items for Andy. He'll never have to come to TR again. So that's a load off of his shoulders. Telethar getting that fishbone room, 300. A little bit of a sword slash. Not excited for it. But he is sitting at a 5 out of 10 Triforce pieces. Still in the lead, halfway there at the hour 17 mark.
5 for Telethar, 4 for Jim and Andy. Although I would actually go so far to say that Andy has a slight lead over the other two with that Turtle Rock Big Key into Ice Sword and Glove.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's really going to depend, how much is behind it. We saw Jim leave behind the King of Somaria in the semifinal, and it didn't really stop him from still making good progress.
Yeah.
But we've done so much, I really feel like we are kind of stuck behind that one item.
And there's such a big, there's a difference as well between this kind of mode and the one we did last week, where there were multiple ways to victory. This one, there's probably just one, and you need the glove, like you need it eventually, and you probably need it fast.
Okay. I have some bad audio on my end. Hang on.
So the flashing red square is an indicator that you are close to the boss. To answer the question in chat, like it is blinking if you are on a what we call super tile that is adjacent to the boss super tile. So Andy knew that the boss was there, like going south, because that's always how Ice Palace works.
Yeah, and he is saving and quitting out of here.
Yep.
I got so worried the audio I was hearing in my headphones was actually what was going through on the stream, which was literally a garbled mess. So,
nice.
Yeah, it was a slight panic mode, but hey, we're fine.
I think we're fine. Yeah, we haven't had any complaints from chat regarding that, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they could complain all they want.
I think they can.
you know, this is still going to be good. Telethar in GT again. Gonna get the iced tea room here. Just a compass though. So Andy with the glove now is going to get the final 3 items in Hyrule Castle that we were talking about. And are they going to be any value? That's a small key. That is to desert. And a small key to 2 of them.
Okay. Hmm. I'm not trying to diss the runners or anything, but I actually thought that like progression would come quicker, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're being like, you know, disrespectful or anything to the runners by saying that. Like, this seed's just been very odd in the sense that
right?
the progression has not been as quick as we would kind of like it to be, I guess is the way to put it.
Especially when we sort of know where the progression is. Like, sure, they've gotten stuff, but the glove has just hindered them so much. And Andy's now doing something that the others haven't been able to, because they haven't been able to get here without a glove.
Mm-hmm.
Front of Skull is probably loaded. Well, front of Skull, this part of Skull.
Or it's just the boss, you know, potentially.
That's a good point.
Bro thought about spending a key. He's got 8 out of 8, and he was like, hold up.
Do I really need
Pausers.
to use this here?
Gets another big key. That's the Eastern. Is that go mode? Or am I in go mode?
Am I in go mode? Is this a jet seed?
I think that's really close to go mode, if I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah. Right? So, he knows where Lanmo is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moth should be able to be found from here. He has just done the attic in Total Rock, so he can get to Blind.
Mm-hmm.
Has he even been in Mire? The others have killed Vidi anyway, so it should
He's been in Mire, but he did not. He found the room that had Vidi, but you have to get up on the ledge. Jim got a glove here in Tower of Hera. Oh, baby.
He got the other glove.
So that's really interesting because now... Ugh, is that really going to help him, though? Nothing's been behind the glove. It's all mainly been behind that TR big.
Right. And it's not like he can ignore the TR big just because of it, because he still needs the ice run.
Exactly.
So it's like Andy found the good glove in a way.
Yeah,
all right,
and Chad's right. The Eastern big is behind glove for sure, but needing ice rod, I think, a little more important. But Andy, gets another big key. This is to ice. I'm not sure if he's happy or sad he found that one.
Do we care?
I mean, I don't think we do.
Okay, so it's just this item down here, and then he just goes north. He mirrors and then goes north for 2 more items. Well, 1 more item and a Triforce piece. And then it's done with Skull.
Gets another ice small.
Yeah, this is suddenly looking very good for Andy.
Oh, it was like, why are we're going for the map? And I thought he was going to get grabbed because of shenanigans.
He would not get carried far, though. That would be just like literally the room below. It wouldn't matter at all.
So Andy at 5, about to be at 6 with this decent, we'll say, moth kill.
7 out of 10. It was slightly rough moth pattern, so I'll forgive him.
Saving and quitting, not experiencing the fanfare, learning from his mistakes in the last race. Telethar, meanwhile, flooding this room here in Mire. Gonna have a couple extra. Andy gonna further explore Thieves Town, as well as Jim. Jim with 8 items to be had. Andy only 4, but Andy's looking for the maiden. Where is the cell? Another Eastern small here for Telethar. That's going to put him at 4. Andy only has 3. That actually could become a factor down the line. Just in case. We know there's a big key door he could go through. with that big key. However, we don't know what's behind it and how many keys, or small keys maybe behind it too.
Yeah, Andy for sure knows where the maiden is. And the maiden's item and the boss, like the Triforce piece, is the only thing that's left for Andy in here. Question is, do we know where the boss room is?
He has wandered into that.
Okay.
At one point or another.
All right.
Compass here to this dungeon of all places. He is going to mirror with the maiden. Yeah, like he wandered in because it's literally like apparently here.
Shoutouts to Gem for having the most niche emotes on Twitch.
Thieves Down Compass.
I don't know why he has that. He has it. I'm using it whenever someone finds it.
We're gonna have to. That must be a 7TV emote. We're gonna have to ask him what the significance of that is.
I have no idea. It's the best compass according to Clear Mouse. All right. I trust Clear Mouse. So yeah. We'll go
7 out of 10 for Andy. 5 and 5 for Jim and Telethar respectively.
He is gonna do Mire that he knows that he can full clear. Well, he can clear it. I don't think he will full clear it.
I think he's gonna go look for the boss. I mean, he knows the room. He just needs that key door connector that we saw Jim and Telethar both utilize. So once he finds it, then he'll be done with this, and he'll be at 8. Just 2 to go with Eastern and Desert. Eastern's kind of our unknown. I think I'd have maybe gone to. Maybe I go to Eastern first here, just in case.
I'm inclined to agree. I think I would probably do that just to know if, like, do I hard require another small key, or can I play in a way that that lets me ignore it? Like,
yeah, and with chat saying something about GT being required, it is. However, we have wandered into Agatu and left the fight, so I know Andy has seen it, so it is available to us.
Yeah, it was basically behind nothing.
Yeah, it was pretty early. But Jim now entering the blind fight. Swords need not matter with blind. Andy finding his way to Vitreous. Gonna utilize silver arrows. Has, good lord, he has 18 hearts. Jim at 17. Same for Telethar. A healthy seed.
The heck?
6 Triforce piece here for Jim and 8 for Andy. A little bit of separation now between the runners.
Yep. Telethar is not, like, he does not know where to go right now.
Yeah.
He needs the Third Rock Big Key from where was it? It was in Swamp, right? I think it was in Swamp.
No, not in Swamp. Wow, I should have wrote that down too. Oh wow, okay, so that big key door just takes us right to Armos. Yep. All right, so we are officially in go mode, confirmed. TR Big was in Desert.
It was in Desert. All right, thank you.
Incredible. That's just right there. I guess we missed that red dot earlier if it was there. So Andy just a few moments away, I'd say, just has to beat Desert. I think he knows where the boss is.
Wow, it felt just like 5 minutes ago that we are a bit away from go mode still. Like, Andy was on 4 Triforce pieces. The other ones were on 5. Now Andy's on 9, and he's just going straight for Landmo here.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
This is wild. So as long as Andy actually do know where this where the room to what's usually Trinex is, he is fine, and we know that he knows where Agatu is, so that's not an issue.
Yeah, absolutely. Telethar here in Desert, so maybe gets his TR big. Jim's still missing that as well. And honestly, like, you know, we hypothesized that it could be this, but it really was the linchpin to hitting go mode. Obviously pretty deep in the logic, but you know, TR big, once you find that, like, you're on the path.
Yeah, because you know that you will get a glove and you will get the ice rod.
Yeah.
Like, it locks two things.
Really does feel like 2018 Rando all over again. You know, TR's just got the progression. You know, the ice rod is not on the laser bridge, so yeah, this is the connector, so this will be Triforce piece 10 out of 10. Gonna be really awkward, you know, going across this into a boss room, and it's not Trinex yet. It's Landmo.
It's Landmo. I guess you can actually quick swap to ice rod, but
there's the Eastern big for Jim. As he mirrors out, he is out of here.
And Andy is on his way to Aga 2.
Yeah, just has to go back through GT and then fight Aga 2. Should be a relatively quick trek.
I think it was north of the Eastern Big Chest, if I remember correctly, which I think was down here, yeah?
Yeah, there's the indicator.
Oh, okay, right, it was here. Yeah.
North of the Mire, what feels like big chest room, but is not.
Right. It has kind of, sort of, like a similar layout as the Eastern Big Key room, Big Chest room.
It's got the same vibes.
It has the same vibes, yeah, right. Also hardest boss in the game.
Aga 2 never free when you need it to be.
Oh, and Gem remembers. Why didn't he open up the... Oh, because that's just another sword. What?
Yeah.
What?
No, it can't be another sword. He's got gold. I'm
Why did
lost.
he open up the back? Did he just forget?
Maybe they know something we don't. There's a reason they're in finals and we're not.
There are 5 swords? Ah, thank you, Premier.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Well, he doesn't need that.
There is something that they all knew that we didn't. But we are in the Ganon fight. Silver's gold sword. Honestly, like, if it's your first time watching, it'll be maybe a little bit exciting, but otherwise, if you're a seasoned vet like most people in chat, this is going to be pretty straightforward. 18 hearts, red mail. Like, I don't know how to make this any more dramatic than it is.
Probably because it's not very dramatic.
Exactly. Andy's needs to hug Ganon a couple times here just to add some spice.
I don't think that'll be enough either.
Well, I didn't mean to the race. I just meant the fight.
Oh, fight.
Yeah. Maybe Ganon starts moving at like 2x speed or something. Who knows?
Come on. No, thank you.
Yeah, we'll throw him some all-dressed chips right here with our salt and vinegar arrows. And Andy just needs one more. There it is. Get your GGs in chat for Andy taking this race and the Onlydoors Async Tournament Championship. All right, as we do this, we see that Telethar has opted to forfeit. He says he was very far, so GG's to Telethar.
And Gem does know that he is just the Turtle Rock Big from Go.
All right, let's swap over.
Okay, I won't forfeit yet. Let's just see if I can find it quickly. And
All right, he's not forfeiting yet. He's gonna see, like you heard, he's gonna see if he can find it pretty quick. Yeah, GG's to these guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised how volatile it became with the gloves. That it was just so important for them to get them, and honestly to get the correct one. Kind of,
Yeah.
you want the Turtle Rock Big Key to get that glove instead of the other other glove that both Gemma and Telethar now has found.
Well, we do have Telethar with us. GG's.
Where was the tier big key?
It was somewhere in it was the pod Big Key chest that was in desert, I think.
Oh, okay, so I just needed to spend my
I
keys
just
better in desert.
That's like the one thing I know this year.
Because I had one key left, but I don't.
I think.
I could have gotten to Mire cutscene, and that probably gets me it. But it's just like I just got that key too, so it's just, and I was like, it's not, my progression isn't here.
This is.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm like, I don't know where the Eastern Big is. I assume that's.
That's behind the glove. As soon as you go to Skullwoods in Dark World, like you walk into the lobby into TR, what is it, right side, and then the two chests, it's there. But we do have today's winner, and I guess grand champion Andy. GG's.
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 This was the opening was good for me, I think.
The opening was best for Telethar.
Telethar was god routing the first like 30 minutes of this seed.
Yeah,
like you guys were in shambles.
I felt great until I just haven't opened a chest for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, you were going so like you just ran out of steam somehow. You opened too intense, I think.
Yeah. Well, because I went to Thief's Town right at the start, like I normally do, and I saw that locked door, and I always, if it's a shutter door and it's a lock, like, and you can go through it, you gotta go through it. It's always a good path, or it's like a one way. And that got me the cape, which got me a sword, and it just kind of just kept on. Things kept falling into place for a while, and then I haven't opened the chest in 30 minutes.
Oh no.
We have Jim as well. GG's, man.
GG's.
Yeah, these guys. Congrats on the 20 win.
GG's. Thank you.
So the biggest question that chat had as this race started is, will there be a race to decide second place between second and third?
No.
That's what I said, but I figured I'd ask.
Couldn't hurt.
Gem could have second place. It's okay.
No, you can have second place. I got my strike first.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I hope the tournament was good for everybody. It was very, not a lot of effort on our part, which was by design.
Sure.
I mean, technically, there was a lot of effort on your part as well, just by by coming up with the modes and just actually creating the seeds, like creating the JSONs and whatnot that are needed to roll the new seeds. That's
all. That's all Gem's effort. But basically, every week it went like Gem would message me and be like, "What are we doing for this week?" And I was like, how about this?" And then he'd like iterate. We'd iterate on for like 3 messages and be like, "All right, send it."
And we just didn't
That was
test
like-
the mode either. Like we just trusted the preset would work.
I mean, we noticed last week when the triple crash.
My
I'm
favorite
curious
was
if that happened today.
was like the week 3 where like it took 5 days into the week for somebody to play it and be like, hey, this isn't doable.
There's
Everyone's like,
progression
"Oh."
respect to the rock cave.
Well, there was one where there's progression spectacle rock, and there was one where you had to logically rescue the old man to start at Pyramid to hookshot over to Skullwoods to get your Dark World access.
Oh Lord.
It's so
Right.
Yeah,
good.
that one was really funny.
That's also just bad. Like rando wise, that's just mean. Why would you do that?
God.
Ew.
You had to go through Turtle Rock to Mire to hookshot across Death Mountain to because you didn't have a way up the mountain, so like you needed to go through Turtle Rock as your connector to get to the old man rescue. It was
Oh, you
it
get
was
the
a
food there.
stupid. Oh, you did get food? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. We already put Turtle Rock at Desert Ride at that point, I think.
No,
So it
no,
happened.
Yeah.
you have the other Turtle Rocks you can mirror on East Death Mountain.
Oh, yeah, true.
Look over.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe
Yeah, maybe it's that actually. Yeah.
maybe it was the test
Might be.
seed that came up right before the actual seed was broken, and they both had the same property. I don't remember.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
I didn't play
So,
either.
where did you guys get your glove?
Hera.
Hera?
If you take the first
Oh God.
staircase in Hera, that you get to Crystal Roller, and if you take that door, you get to Thief's on Big Chest.
Oh, all right.
It's
That's
definitely the
really
logical
funny.
glove because I was out of Desert Keys and couldn't get to the TR Big Key, which is apparently in Desert.
It's in
Yeah,
Desert, okay.
it's in the pod big key chest behind like 3 straight key doors.
Makes sense.
Next
So
to
I didn't have enough keys to get to the
compass.
boss when I got that. I was like, okay, cool, I'll do this, and I finally have this big key, so I'll just drop down and go kill the mimics, and the boss is probably there. And then there was another locked door to the mimic room, and I was like, uh-oh. But yeah,
Is it
that so
Mire compass or
um
I got lost in that dungeon, but I
hold
couldn't.
Yeah.
my map for desert was extremely scuffed.
Yeah, my compass was as far as I got as well, telephone.
I couldn't actually get to it.
Yeah, like
um,
not the chest, like just the body.
Yeah,
If I got
the
it.
berry.
Yeah.
yeah, it was south in Mire compass.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
need one more key
had
then.
3 keys and I spent them all and then couldn't get that. I just got my 4th, but I was like, oh, that's not even in logic. There's wasted doors elsewhere. I'm just gonna go where I can actually get a logical item.
Yep.
Not
Yeah.
that it would have. I was well lost by that point.
Yeah, same here. My big mistake was my big loss was I didn't have the small key to open the crystal roller door. So I didn't get the glove until, I don't know, like 20 minutes ago. And that glove locked 2 desert small keys in that
Yup.
escape.
Yep, I immediately got those, and I was like, LOL.
Yeah.
Especially with the way
Amazing.
I got my glove, which was using a ton of small keys in desert. But yeah, then the Eastern Big immediately in Skullwoods. I was like, I'm probably in go mode, but I should probably just like check this Skullwood stuff quickly, I guess.
Yeah, that would have been go mode for me because I know I can beat Thieves, Ice. I probably can beat Skullwoods. I don't know where the boss.
You just had to drop
that,
down the right drop down, and it was one door north.
Yeah. So I mean, somehow magically doing Desert correctly, and then would have been in my go mode basically. But you know that's that's a tall order to just land. That is why we race doors to complete that.
Yeah.
It is a mess.
But GG's champion Andy.
Yeah, GG's Andy.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you. I gotta
You-
put a little Onlydoors like paper to cover the grimace on this first place grimace trophy. This bad boy, right here.
Oh wait, do you actually have your camera on now? Hang on.
Oh yeah.
All right, where's?
We'll just put a little paper over this butt plug. First place butt plug.
Perfect.
Courtesy of Dante.
Nice.
But yeah, this was a really fun tournament. It was probably like the most fun mode that I've played in a long time.
Glad you enjoy it.
Yeah, the only thing that would make this mode better is if the map was functional like map rando, and then it would be better.
And then you get to try to understand the Link to the Past in-game map instead.
Look, just put it. Look, they gave us fast ROM. I saw Ari say this in chat. They gave us fast ROM for more crap on the HUD. Just have like a on-screen map, like in the corner or something. It'll be fine.
Oh, let's go.
Just take the Super Metroid tech and implement it. You know, the two games are linked, right?
That would be pretty insane if that was ever a thing, honestly.
Yeah.
That's on the PC hack, maybe. Oh man. Well, Jim Telethar, thank you so much, guys, for doing this tournament. You know, async's always super chill, and like, I guess also with it being async, you know, everyone who gets eliminated still gets to play the seeds if they want to for funsies. So it makes it much more enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the tournament format ended up working out. It's a small field because, you know, it's doors, but participation was good for what we potentially had, which is people in the Doors Discord that actually joined the Doors tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was pretty successful tournament for what it was. So really happy about that. Also, big shout outs to Telethar for coming up with a super nice way to do a tourney.
Yeah, the 2 strikes for like top half of the fields was really interesting, especially for like a smaller tournament like this.
It's like a Swiss that doesn't last for 8 weeks.
Yeah, just 7 weeks.
And not, I guess, and not as predictable in challenge.
Fair enough.
It also, I mean, part of the motivation was that like it is Doors, and like it feels bad to just be like, oh yeah, you got Swiss paired with Andy in week 2, and then, you know, or wall kicks, and and then you're like, oh great, and now I have just a really hard Swiss bracket. And like, you know, with it being just top half the field, it's less it feels less bad. It's like, yeah, if you got unlucky and you just have a bad time, that's on you. Like, it's not just like, yeah, you got paired with someone who could potentially win the tournament in round 1, 2, and you're just permanently behind. But,
Especially indoors.
Yeah, especially indoors. Yeah. But that was sort of the idea behind it.
Well, I think the idea was fantastic, and you know, I think I haven't heard a bad thing come out of this tournament, which mild shock. You know, there's always something bad that comes out of a tournament, but super chill, super easily ran, very chill group of folks. So it was a good time.
Heard a bad thing come out of this tournament, but I feel like earlier in race time you said that you're getting high key tired of listening to this song on repeat.
Well, like, it was funny because, you know, as you said, we got 20 minutes to get cropped, and I'm like, look, I've got presets now, so like I just dropped everybody in, and Andy's like, hey guys, I'm eating food, and I was just like, all right, well, we'll sit here for an hour, and then he's gonna poop. So
we've all heard this story before.
Yeah.
God. But GG's, Andy. Congrats. You know, I don't know. Maybe we'll print you another butt plug. Who knows?
God, I can have a butt plug collection in my office. Let's go, dude.
Please, no one put PLA in your body. Oh man. Well, that's gonna do it, I guess. Humbug, thanks for doing these last 2 races, man. It was an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, anytime. Super fun, and for the 2 or 3 weeks that I also took part of the tourney, it was super fun. So huge shout outs to everyone for participating in, and to Jim and Telethar for hosting it.
Yeah. Also, big shout outs to all three of these guys, because
Oh yes.
I got a DM where they had scheduled the race for yesterday, and I was like, 0 chance I can restream it, and they're like, we're gonna move it. So they moved it so you guys at home could get the live cast instead of a vodcast.
Yeah, live scheduled in my chat yesterday or 2 days ago. It's like tomorrow,
I
2
tried-
o'clock. And I was like, yeah. And Telethar, like 15 minutes later, came back, was like, scratch that. Wednesday at 2 o'clock. I'm like, I could probably do that.
I've tried scheduling races with Andy in Discord, and he just never responds. So I found that just going into his chat and scheduling it seems to be
it's
the most effective.
absolutely true. Streamer mode is the devil sometimes.
Or the savior, depends.
Yeah, a
It
little bit
works.
both.
Oh man. All right, well, that's gonna do it for us. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thank you guys for running, and I guess we'll see you guys real soon.